It is 5:54 on a Friday on Arizona's Morning News. Jim Sharp along with LaDonna Harvey. And more than 40 years after the original He-Man cartoon, Masters of the Universe brings the fantastical hero to the big screen. Here's KTAR's Brandon King with more.
In theaters this week, Masters of the Universe. Adam, the prince of the fantastical world of Eternia, is sent to Earth as a boy after his home was conquered by the villainous Skeletor, played by Jared Leto. Now an adult, Adam is played by Nicholas Galitzine and returning to his people in hiding and protecting the Sword of Power, which could be the key to safeguarding his home or leading to Skeletor's permanent rule. If you are at all familiar with He-Man or Masters of the Universe as a franchise, you know it is at its core very silly. This is not meant to be a reflective meditation on what strength and power means, except for the times when the movie does literally those exact things. Director Travis Knight and his writing team clearly love balancing goofy fantasy with a self-aware lens. While the balancing act doesn't always pay off, I'm looking at the pacing and the humor specifically, between the visual flair, the bombastic score, Nicholas Galitzine's flawed but charming presence, Masters of the Universe winds up being a fun time, maybe even a bit beyond that. For KTAR News, I'm Brandon King.
Wow. I think Jared Leto as Skeletor, perfect casting. That guy's already creepy.
He is such a creepy dude.
5:54 on Arizona's Morning News. And for more than 30 years, the Toy Story franchise has thrown Woody, Buzz, Jessie, and the assorted gang of toys against the trials of kids growing up. KTAR's Brandon King has more on perhaps their biggest challenge yet, screen addiction.
First we were playing, and then the world started changing.
No! Oh, are we getting donated?
Donut.
No, sweetie. Donated.
In theaters this week, Toy Story 5. Bonnie's Toys, led by Joan Cusack's Jessie and Tim Allen's Buzz Lightyear, are trying to help their new kid make friends, though it seems like every other kid her age would rather be online than play pretend. Enter LilyPad, a kid-friendly tablet voiced by Greta Lee, who Bonnie's parents think might just be the thing that Bonnie needs. For the toys, Jessie especially, this is not the case. Andrew Stanton, who has writing credits on nearly every other Toy Story movie, co-directs with Kenna Harris, and the two nail a lot of what the movie is going for. Varied set pieces, wonderful jokes, moments of animation that remind you just how far this series has come. More importantly, though, it gives just enough nuance and emotional weight to that central idea of tech's potential for kids and grown-ups alike as a connective tool or an isolating one. Especially if you've been with the series since the start, it's a look at where the ideas of play and connection have gone in the modern world, and Joan Cusack's poignant mix of confidence and doubt gives Jessie a well-earned spotlight this time. Did we need a Toy Story 5? On paper, no. In practice, it is a lovely next chapter. For KTAR News, I'm Brandon King.
It's 5:55 now on Arizona's Morning News with Jim Sharp and LaDonna Harvey. And in the studio's shortest turnaround between original and remake to date, Disney's live-action department has taken a crack at Moana, less than a decade after it first came out. And here's KTAR's Brandon King with more on how far they go.
My island, my people, won't survive if we don't make it. The ocean chose me for a reason, and it chose you too.
In theaters this week, Moana. Catherine Laga'aia is Moana, the daughter of a Polynesian island chief who yearns for adventure out on the open ocean. She gets her chance when her island is threatened, and she joins up with the demigod Maui, played by Dwayne Johnson, reprising his role from the 2016 animated film, to save her home. Phoenix's Friday temperature is expected to hit 112 degrees, and the relief of movie theater air conditioning is just about the only reason you should be seeking out Moana 2026. It isn't necessarily the worst of the live-action Disney remake attempts, but Moana does ring among the most hollow of them. Try as they might to make this work, Catherine Laga'aia and Dwayne Johnson's high points are consistently stilted by an increasingly irritating dedication to pull entire sections verbatim from the original, but without the same use of color or scale or breezy editing or just joy in general. Yes, it is still the same story and the same songs, and those are still good. But it's telling when the latest Minions movie is more daring, creative, and sure of its own sense of possibility than this.
Ouch.
For KTAR News, I'm Brandon King.
I think that might be the first time I've heard him say something really scathing about a movie.
Yep.
Happy Friday, and Christopher Nolan's new film, The Odyssey, is in theaters today. And if your problem is the casting, you're missing the whole point. We're on it today at 2, Outspoken with Bruce and Gatos on air, online, and on the KTAR YouTube channel.
Speaking of which, as the Odyssey makes it to the big screen this week, here's KTAR's Brandon King.
After years of war, no one could stand between my men and home. Not even me.
In theaters this week, The Odyssey. Matt Damon stars as Odysseus, the Greek king of Ithaca, who is presumed dead after the Trojan War. His wife Penelope, played by Anne Hathaway, and son Telemachus, played by Tom Holland, attempt to keep peace at home amidst dozens of suitors vying for the throne, including Robert Pattinson as the not-so-noble Antinous. Meanwhile, Odysseus attempts to find his way home, slowly recounting the trials that he and his men faced along the many years away. At points, Christopher Nolan's direction can make The Odyssey feel as trembling and terrifying as it is awe-inspiring popcorn epic. The film impressively maneuvers through themes about human arrogance, isolation, and the need to solidify humanity's own legacy no matter the cost to ourselves or to the people we love. Matt Damon, in some of his best work in years, leads an armada of an ensemble here. In addition to the aforementioned Holland, Hathaway, Pattinson, praise should definitely go to John Leguizamo, Elliot Page, Lupita Nyong'o, the list goes on and on. It's not without its flaws, the non-linear structure, some clunky dialogue moments, and yes, that nearly 3-hour runtime can certainly be a drain, but its boldness rarely oversteps its substance, and for moviegoers willing to take that step, well, the title card about a time of apparent magic, it seems appropriate here. For KTAR News, I'm Brandon King.
5:55 on Arizona's Morning News with Jim Sharp and LaDonna Harvey, and Reacher star Alan Ritchson leads a throwback action crime drama called Motor City. KTAR's Brandon King has more on why the film may leave you with a lack of words.
In theaters this week, Motor City. Alan Ritchson stars as John Miller, a blue-collar worker in 1977 Detroit, about to propose to his girlfriend Sophia, played by Shailene Woodley. But Reynolds, a jealous gangster played by Ben Foster, sets up John on a cocaine bus, sending him to jail, and on a revenge plot against Reynolds to reclaim his lost life. As the trailer sound may have hinted to you, director Potsy Ponciroli's new action movie has almost no dialogue to it. Instead, the just over hour and 40-minute runtime is propelled by clever camera tricks and editing, plus a mix of needle drops and Steve Jablonsky's booming score. Alan Ritchson's imposing and varied central performance, combined with some very good set pieces, particularly one in an elevator and another in a prison, do give Motor City various jump starts throughout. But it can often feel like a better movie is just under the surface, one where the cliches don't feel as visible, the sense of place feels more alive, the songs may be a bit more unique. Seriously, your 70s set Detroit movie features little to no Detroit music from the 70s? This isn't exactly a needle in a haystack here? Bottom line, if you're an action aficionado, this can be a good time. But more than likely, it will not be leaving you speechless. For KTAR News, I'm Brandon King.
One Night Only, the new rom-com in theaters this week, proposes the question, how would you spend your only night to have sex? KTAR's Brandon King has more.
Finding love is hard enough. Try doing it on the one night a year single people are legally allowed to have sex. I hate this night.
Sorry.
I'm Owen.
Allie.
In theaters this week, One Night Only. Set in an America where a federal mandate has outlawed casual sex except for a single night, pizza shop owner Owen, played by Callum Turner, has a night without his girlfriend as she wants to use the night to sleep with someone else. Enter aspiring singer Allie, played by Monica Barbaro, urged by her roommate to use the night to find someone special. Somehow, Owen and Allie wind up fighting for the last condom in Manhattan, long story, attending a singer's exclusive party, and maybe, just maybe, finding a bit of that connection they're looking for in each other. Much like our main duo, whether One Night Only works for you will depend on what you're looking for. Barbaro and Turner make for a quippy, earnest pair, at least they eventually do, and the movie does have a decent sense of humor about its big, high concept. That concept, however, is rarely utilized for its wellspring of potential satire into self-worth, gender roles, the entire notion of a federal sex mandate, and should you let it burrow into your brain, you will not stop wondering what this movie could have been with a second pass of the screenplay. It rarely overstays its welcome, it does have its charm, but you would be forgiven wanting it to be something worth remembering more. For KTAR News, I'm Brandon King.